This podcast is hardly focused.
The French.
In 2026, we will have Halo Campaign Evolved. Halo Campaign Evolved.
Oh, that's what it's called? Interesting.
That's what it's called. Yeah. So this was announced today after being speculated for oh so long, is that not only are we getting what is effectively going to be the next mainline Halo game, except it's also the first Halo game, but like a full-blown remake of it.
Right.
But it's also the first time that a Halo game will be playable on the Sony PlayStation.
Yeah. Now, do you think this is catastrophic news for the Xbox, or just sort of business as usual?
I'm going to say it's business as usual, in that anyone who still thinks that the console wars are a thing, this hopefully will be their wake up call and be the, the final sort of nail in the coffin there, because I was explaining it to Becky, who doesn't play video games. Mm-hmm. She's becoming more familiar with the concept of it, having been around me for a few years, but she's not a gamer. So I was telling her about this and said, like, well, remember back in the day, if you wanted to play Mario, you had to get a Nintendo. If you wanted to play Sonic, you had to get a Sega. And then, in later years, if you wanted to play Halo, you had to get an Xbox. Mm-hmm. And just with the direction that Microsoft is taking now with a console, they're not getting out of the console business, but they're, branching out and making Xbox not so much a console, but more a platform.
Right.
Anything's an Xbox. But I think a lot of money has also been lost, too. They put a lot of money into the Halo franchise, and they're not getting that return on investment. So
right,
they expanded it to PC. I think it had to have been about a decade ago. It was definitely after the Master Chief Collection came out. But
so I definitely played the first Halo game on PC, and I never played any of the others.
Sure. So the first one did come out on PC. But then that was it. That was the only one that was available on PC until the Master Chief Collection came out.
Right.
From 2 onwards, it was Xbox only. But at that point, it became synonymous with the Xbox. I think I think it performed better on Xbox. Oh, no, was it on PC too? I know it was on Mac. No, it was definitely PC. I played it on PC as well. Okay. I'm thinking of, so they also have Marathon. Mm-hmm. And which was just Bungie, because remember now it was 343. Now it's called Halo Studios, and they're doing Halo. But Bungie has a franchise called Marathon, which is being revived, controversially so. But the original Marathon games were on Mac only.
Interesting.
But that was the precursor to Halo. So we are getting this new Halo game. It's going to be Halo 1. I have a sneeze coming on. Forgive me.
I don't forgive you.
I'm going to just leave that in the recording.
Most interesting thing you've said all night.
Oh! So it is called Campaign Evolved. It's I don't know like what to equate it to in terms of like game remakes, because it is effectively the first game, but it's not the same game that we played in 2001 or when it was remade or remastered in 2011. They are adding levels to it. They're like rebuilding it from the ground up. They're redoing all the voice lines. All the assets are being remade, but it's like the bones of the game, but it's a different game.
Maybe something like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yes.
Where, it's, so they're remaking it so much they turned it into a trilogy.
Yeah, because it's so goddamn big. That's actually a really good way of looking at it. Okay. Yeah. That's perfect. Because I was thinking of like Metal Gear Solid Delta. Mm-hmm. That one that just came out, or Gears of War has gotten the remake treatment. I think it's getting it again because that one's also going to PlayStation coming up. But they're adding levels to Campaign Evolved. It's going to have a whole, I think 3 prequel levels, if I read that correctly. Yeah. According to Kotaku, 3 brand new prequel missions starring the Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson.
Wait, are we supposed to be calling him the Master Chief?
The Master Chief.
Jesus, I've been making myself look like an asshole all these years. I've been calling him Master Crandall.
I've just been calling him John.
John Microsoft. I like Halo. He fights rings and doesn't afraid of anything.
According to Kotaku, according to both the PlayStation Post and Xbox Store listing, these prequel missions are set before the events of Halo Combat Evolved and will add, quote, new environments, gameplay, and characters to the remake. And then Kotaku goes on to say in an Xbox blog post, it was confirmed that Halo Campaign Evolved is running on Unreal Engine 5 and will support 4K visuals and include updated animations, remastered music, and re-recorded voice lines. Ack, can you imagine playing Halo at the Sphere?
Wow. You know, they say sometimes the cynics of society are like, we don't make great works anymore. You know, we no longer make things like the Sphinx or the Colosseum, but by God, you could play Halo Campaign Evolved at the Sphere.
You know, someone's going to do that though. Like, 'cause you always see like someone's like, oh, I work in a movie theater and like, I'm playing Halo on the big screen. Like, someone's gonna be like, I work at the Sphere and I'm playing Halo Campaign Evolved on the screen in 16K resolution.
And people in their hotel rooms 3 miles away can see it.
On the outside, he's just getting his ass kicked in multiplayer, and the entire city can see him. Bleh. Yes. So, again, it's coming out next year on Xbox. It will be on Xbox. It will be on PC, but PS5 being the big thing. And then, according to Sketch, who is the community director at Halo Studios, he has this to say.
As a community guy, I know the Halo community is super excited to welcome in their friends as well. And it's just going to mean more Halo for everyone. And it's really a new era. Halo is on PlayStation going forward, starting with Halo Campaign Evolved.
I don't believe it!
Yeah, so when this news was shared in one of the Discord servers I'm in, the first two reactions were people saying, one person just saying this is the beginning of the end for Xbox, and another person saying they've been fucking up a lot lately. Their handheld is going to bomb. Their other business ideas are done. So yeah, Xbox is dying with this. And I just responded, probably not. I don't think Halo is on PlayStation now is some sort of ominous death knell, but what do I know?
Yeah. I mean, there really aren't, like, besides Nintendo, who keeps their IP close to their chests.
Mm-hmm. And let's be honest, Nintendo is a little bit psychotic about it, if I can be honest.
Right, they are. But then when it comes to, but it's like their IP. So Mario and Zelda and Donkey Kong. But then like with, Sonic, those are going to, Sonic's going to be on every platform now. Call of Duty is going to be on every platform. Grand Theft Auto, remember Grand Theft Auto initially, that was a PlayStation. I think starting with 3, that was a PlayStation exclusive. Then it came out on PC, and then it was a big deal when it came out on Xbox. The original Xbox. I actually
don't remember that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it came out in 2000. I think it was 2003. It came out as the double pack, and it was 3 in Vice City. And that was its foray onto Xbox. And I remember the graphics were prettied up for the Xbox. I recall that. The best version to play at that point was on Xbox, and the same deal with San Andreas. I mean, eventually all that stuff, it was all cross-platform or on multi-platform, but they always started on PlayStation. And now, like, Sony still has some exclusives, like with not like exclusives, but like The Last of Us isn't on Xbox.
Right.
Nor is like, most of if all the Naughty Dog games, but they are starting to branch out, and I do think that there's just sort of that compromise now where they're just like, look, we'll just release it on whatever can run it and run it the best. And with Xbox too having like the Series X versus the Series S, they've been able to prove that you can take any caliber game and get it to run on the shittiest hardware. It's like, what am I playing on? I've been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey on my Series S, and I'll bounce between Series S and Cloud. And I don't know what version of the game you're effectively playing on the cloud, on what is it, Play Anywhere, or whatever their cloud service is called. I don't know what version of that game plays on the cloud, but the cloud version looks significantly better compared to the Series S. That game looks like shit on the Series S. I was playing Starfield, played like shit on Series S. The Oblivion remake played like shit. But they can run it. That's the thing. Microsoft has proven, like, yeah, we can get it to run. Oh, and if you didn't like the library level in the original Halo, it is actually being, developers specifically called that level out as being tweaked for Campaign Evolved.
Yeah, I saw. So I really don't remember. I know I played through the whole first Halo game on PC. I really don't remember it very well. But I saw the headline about a notoriously hated level is being changed. And it was like, gee, I wonder what that's about.
I have only played through both games, or 1 and 2 once each, and I was in the Master Chief Collection, and I was having I hated they included this option where you could switch between the graphic style.
Okay.
With the press of a button, you could switch between the original graphics and then the remastered graphics. And that drove me nuts, because then I wanted to just I want to play it. I want to play the original style, but no, I got to play the remastered because I have the modern technology. And then I just kind of paused the game and then just sat there and cried because I couldn't decide.
Just spam the button really fast so that every second you're seeing both, one after another.
Yeah. So I'll play it because I just, much like a lot of people, while I enjoyed the multiplayer, I just couldn't get into Halo Infinite.
Okay.
And that was the most recent one. That was the open world Halo. And that just it didn't do it for me.
Yeah, no, I've never played any after the first one.
Did you?
I remember I really enjoyed the music. That was a big point of joy for me in the first one, as I used to just sit in the main menu listening to the theme song.
Yeah, and that guy stayed with Bungie, I believe, after Halo was sold off to 343, and then he was very unceremoniously let go from Bungie a few years ago after doing the Destiny soundtrack.
Dang.
And that was a whole to do.
Damn.
Yeah, Bungie themselves not having a good track record. I mean, the Destiny 2 is all but dying at this point.
I've never one problem I think Destiny has is I'm a pretty avid gamer who follows this sort of thing a lot. I don't know what kind of game Destiny is supposed to be. When people talk about these live service but not an MMO, online but not fully multiplayer, it's just this weird hodgepodge of genres, and I'm like, so what happens when I log into the game? What am I doing? How do you play? I can't wrap my head around what type of game, what market they're trying to corner here with the Destiny games.
At this point with Destiny, I don't think the developers could even tell you what they're trying to do with it, because the first game, the development was a mess, and the story that they had come up with got rebooted late in development. So what came out, the final product when it came out, made no sense. Case in point, that the playable character has a voice and you hear him speak 3 times, but then I think they decided at some point, no, we're gonna have a silent protagonist, but we're not gonna take out any of the voice lines that we already recorded for it. So there was that, and then Destiny 2, they do this stupid practice called vaulting, where content that has been released over the years gets put into a quote-unquote vault, never to be seen again. So if you've never played Destiny 2 and you want to pick it up, half the game is missing.
Right.
You're going to pick it up in the middle of a storyline. You're going to have to rely on Aesop's fables to get you caught up.
Yeah, I hate that. Warcraft does that occasionally, not super frequently, but every now and again they will just be like, this quest line is not going to be available when the new expansion launches, and every time people are just like, why? That's stupid. It was a good quest line.
Yeah.
And the answer is always, well, we don't want to trivialize the achievements of those who got the rewards when it was new. Okay, make it challenging in the new expansion too. Why is this so difficult? Like, just blanket cutting content from the game and making it impossible to play ever again just is like a weird business model that I can't really get behind.
Yeah. With Destiny too, that's what we're getting at is with every subsequent expansion that comes out, more content gets vaulted and it makes it even harder for new players to join the game and play. So now they're losing players because of that.
And not gaining any new ones to make up for it.
And meanwhile, I mentioned Marathon earlier, and they've been doing closed alpha tests for Marathon, but when they started to ramp up the PR for the game, it was very quickly discovered that they were like ripping off art from other artists, and and that caused a big nightmare that caused the game to then be put back into closed alpha state, and Bungie saying, we're actually not ready to reveal anything about the game.
Turns out we were more of a sprint. Haha. Not a marathon. Hoo-hoo.
Look at this country. You are gay.
Do you know that the voice of Master Chief used to be a radio DJ?
No, I don't think I did.
Like up until fairly recently, like he only retired within the last 10 years, but like the only voice acting he had ever done was Master Chief. But he was otherwise just a morning drive DJ on a radio station appropriately called The Drive in Chicago.
97.1 FM, The Drive, taking a trip down Baker Street this morning. That's Jerry Rafferty. Also, the Steve Miller Band, Take the Money and Run. Greg Easterling left us with some Blackwater there, courtesy of the Doobie Brothers. It's 5:23. I don't know, would we say it's an upset for Obama in Wisconsin? I don't know. I mean, we knew it was going to be close, but what's the deal?
Well, Republican John McCain and Democrat Barack Obama continued their...
Yeah, that's him.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that's from 2008, but I know he retired, I think, in maybe 2015.
This may surprise you, but I was able to pick up via context clues of talking about the Obama-McCain election that it took place in 2008.
Yeah, I mean, cool. All right. I'm glad you're around, Dak. You just know things. You just know stuff.